Hello everyone. So today I am going to share with you guys the easiest way of making this all over print design, and today we are going to do it in Illustrator. So you can see this is the Photoshop template. So if I go to the image here and then go to the image size, I can see that it is a 17,000 by 9,000 pixel size image. So I need to first of all export this as a JPEG file. Just save this as a JPEG file or a PNG file. Sorry, not JPEG. It should be a PNG, because as you can see there are some transparent areas in the template, so we need to keep that. That's why I'm exporting a PNG. You can say I already exported a PNG version. So let's work with that. But before working with Illustrator, okay, these are some free Christmas elements I am going to use in this design. I downloaded them from free pick. You can download them also for free. Okay, so before starting the design we need to understand the size here. As you can see, this is a 17,000 by 9,000 pixel image. If we take this much bigger artboard, we cannot work like that, because it will be a huge file size and our Illustrator will like crash. So we need to make it smaller. So if I put 2000 there, just to see that, and if your this option is checked, link option, then you can see if the wide is 2000 pixel, then the height should be 1025 pixel. So we are going to make a artboard on Illustrator that same exact same size. So this is my 2000 by 1025 artboard size. I am going to take one artboard here, then of course RGB color, because we are making this for Teespring, then 300 dpi is good. Create. So this is my artboard on Illustrator, and then I need that JPG, or sorry, that PNG image that we exported from Photoshop. So you can see this is my PNG image. If I just double click on it, okay, sorry for that. Actually, I pressed Control Shift P for, okay, let me show you guys. So if I click here at the top bottom, like at the top point of the left, like this, it will place something like that. So I was pressing like the place option here, Shift Control P, to bring this image. Now I need to first of all adjust the position, because this top corner should match with my design, and then you can see this is my artboard size and this is the original 17,000 pixel image. So I need to first of all press Shift. Okay, let me show my keyboard stroke. Press Shift and drag it all the way to the in my artboard, and you can see it is matching exactly with my artboard. So that's good for me. Now this is going to be the template for us, and then I need to make it a template like the Photoshop image, like the Photoshop version here. So for making that template, I am going to first of all lock this layer. I don't need to make any changes here. Then I am going to take a layer here. In this one, in this layer, I am going to click on this rectangle tool, click on my artboard. It is, I can press the amount I want, so I typed in 2000 into 1025. That's good. Press OK. Then of course the fill I am going to make it black, stroke none. That's good. So from this option here, I need to select the option here, align to artboard. Then if I click here and here, horizontal and vertical, it will be aligned to my artboard, just like this. So I need to again lock this layer. So I have one template layer, one background layer, and in between these two layer I need to create one more layer. So this one should be our design layer. If I turn this off, you can see our template is turning off. If I turn this off, background is turning off, and in this layer, in this unlock layer, we are going to make the design. So first of all, I'm going to turn this off. Now the idea is I'm going to make a seamless pattern here, and for that I'm going to use these elements. Just copy them, paste it here, then maybe these elements from here, copy them, then paste it here. So I am making this patterns for 2000 by 1000 pixel artboard, so that's a huge amount of, not too much smaller. So I'm going to make the seamless pattern here. So the first step is, okay, first of all I need to understand the size of the shirt is going to be, and then I'll make my patterns according to that. Just a smaller size like this, that will be good for me. Then I am going to take this one here, just to make it a little smaller so that it can fills the entire area. It can fill the area just like this. Okay, so I can now turn off. You can see my graphics are smaller comparing to my t-shirt, so that's good. Let's turn off the template layer. Now for this one here, I am going to select them also, just like this. Just make them a bit, change any way you want. Do not just use them as they are. You can rotate them, you can make them smaller, make them bigger, or you can simply make them like, you can change their colors any way you want. You feel right, you can do it. So I'm just going to make a quick pattern here. So once my pattern is placed something like that, I need these options. I will need them. Okay, let's just align them, like arrange them something like that. Just some elements from my both vector pack and then we will do the pattern thing. So just like this, you can always skip these steps, you don't need to watch it. So this is the easiest way of making seamless patterns. You have seen my in my on more video, in my previous video that I did about Redbubble. So the same process, guys. Okay, so I think this part is done. I am going to keep my Santa Claus face in the center point here, so I don't need this, maybe, so deleting that. Okay, now I need to select them. Just select them together like that, then go to object, pattern, and make. Now it is going to give you a pattern preview, and it is really, it's a huge file size, guys, so you need to have a good configuration computer for this. And you can see this is how my pattern is looking right now. If I can drag, if I drag like this, I can select these are the original elements of my design, and these are the replica, like that copies of my design. So if I make any changes here, it will be affect the other areas. Like if I make this one, bring this one here, something like this, keep it here, it is going to make a copy of that tree, and it is going to take a bit time because it's a 2000 by 1000, not is not a smaller size, and they are all very high detailed vector. So this is going to take some time like this. So if I bring this one maybe here, or just something like this, it it will take some time, guys. You can see it is making some copies all over the artboard. And if I make it smaller like this, I can fill them with the area I want, or anywhere I want I can place them. You can see there are some smaller gaps in the design, so maybe I will take this vector to place it something like that. And this is how you can make your own pattern without, this will just take some time, nothing else, but it will work perfectly fine. You can see if I take this one here, make it smaller, it is going to make some copies all over the design, and it is, that is how you are going to fill the entire area. So this is how to make the pattern. Now once you are satisfied, I am not satisfied with this is just showing you, so I am going to press on this done. If I click on this done, it is going to make me a pattern like this. You can see I have a new pattern in my swatchboard, so I don't need them anymore. Let's erase them. Now I am going to turn on my template layer. Okay, so that is the template of my sweater. Now I am going to, I need to make these parts in a, like I want to make them this darker red, like our previous design, because I'm going to keep the background blur black, so that's why I'm filling this area with the red. This is the waistband, this is the collar, this is the sleeve cuff, so I'm going to make them red. No problem. Now is the fun part begins. So let's take our pen tool. You can do it with any tool you want. I'm just doing it with pen tool. So let's click here. Here I'm just going to fill the entire area with my with the shape like this, just a random shape. So you can see this is really easy to. Okay, so my shape is done. If I turn off the template, you can see this is what I make actually. So let's turn this on. Now when we have a shape like this that is covering the front and back and the sleeve, let's go to the swatch panel and then click on this pattern. You see it is going to fill the entire design with this pattern. And now this is how you can easily make a all over print t-shirt, sweatshirt design. And of course if you want to customize this design, like if you are not satisfied with the position of the hat or anything, you can simply double click here. It is going to give you that pattern preview again, and you can also you can just make changes to your designs, like you can move them, make them smaller, bigger, whatever you want. Then click on this done, it will be saved. I am not going to do any changes here. This is good for me. Now I want to add a text to my pattern. So first of all I'm going to add a text here. I need to, of course I have to be in this unlock layer, not in that top and bottom lock layer. So in this layer I can type in Merry Merry Christmas Y and then apostrophe S ALL. That means Merry Christmas you all, to you all, something like that. So I'm going to use that Miraculous Christmas font here. That is the Christmas font. I like this font really. So okay, cannot be modified, sorry for that. Okay, first of all I am going to break the fonts. I don't need them to act like the font. Then making them white. Then of course I can make changes, like if I double click I can select them. So let's make them a group, just like this, put them like this. Then I'm going to select this group, make them a group. Then I can maybe select these three, bring it a little closer, just like that. Then maybe this one a bit down. Anyway you want to feel like good, making it a group. Then I'm going to make it. So this is how you can add any text, anything you want. I'm just showing you how to add them in this pattern. So this is my text here. I'm going to cut this one. Then I need to place the text somewhere in the front like this. So pressing Ctrl V to paste it. Now I don't want to do anything with my Santa Claus hat here, Santa Claus face. So I'm going to keep that, but for the other area I'm going to use it. So I'm going to make it something like this. Now there are many different ways, like you can select your text, make a offset path and then paste that in on your designs. So that is not going to look very good actually. So let's do that first of all to show you. So maybe 5 pixel this font is have some grand texture in it, so it is going to take some time for making that. You can see making that offset path something like this maybe. Then press OK. I need to first of all unite them so that it becomes a complete single shape. Then cut it. Now select this text because I want to paste it just behind my text, not behind my pattern. So press Ctrl V for pasting back. Now I'm going to just make it black. So as you can see this is how my design is going to look like. So maybe let's select this one, then erase the part that is overlapping with my Santa Claus hat, something like that. And then of course you can always make modifications like these areas if you don't want it to be like that. That's up to you guys. I'm not going to spend too much time here. So this is my text here. This is the all over print design here. If you want you can make some copies of this text to put it in the back put it in the slip wherever you want. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to make it as fast as possible. So our final design is now ready. Now we need to export the file. But as we have taken a 2000 into 1000 pixel artboard, so if we export it like that, it is going to be a 2000 by 1000 pixel image, and that is also too low resolution. So how to fix that? We need to go to the Photoshop here. So you can see this is 2000 by 1025. I'm going to make it bigger, but not exactly 17,000 by something like that. So I'm going to make it 15,000, and let's see, it is showing like, okay, maybe I can make it 16,000. 16,000 because, okay, for 17,000 we cannot take a artboard of 17,000 pixel in Illustrator because that is too much bigger for the workspace. Let me show you. If I zoom out, you can see the black area. This is the workspace. We cannot take anything or move anything out of this area, so that's why that is the 17,000 pixels. So we cannot take anything greater than, like, let me show you. If I go to the file to new, if I type in here 17000, click here, it is going to automatically convert into 16,383 pixels. So that's the highest number of pixel we can take. So I'm going to make this file, like if I type in 16,000 here, it is going to show me 18,202. So let's copy this value, then go to this here, this, go to our Illustrator, then type in the 16,000 here, then in this box I'm going to paste in 18,202 pixel. When my artboard is 1 RGB 300 dpi, we are ready to go. Let's create. You can see that is almost covering the workspace area. So that is a huge file size, guys. Okay, so once our design is finalized, I am going to unlock everything here. Then I need to select everything like this, make them a group, copy them, then go to this new 16,000 by 8,000 artboard and press Ctrl V. It is going to paste our design in this artboard, and as you can see, it is too much bigger file size for us, and it is pasted like that. So click on this horizontal center and then vertical center to make sure that it is exactly in the center point. And then if I press Ctrl and Shift together, you can see, sorry, Shift and Alt together, then I can drag them to the end just like this, and it will match with the exact, like the exact edge of my artboard, because we are working with proportions. So our design is looking like this, and the patterns are also in the same size we created. Like, let me show you. If I, so this is our group, this is our link file, like the template file. If I turn this one off, this is going to be the final file. So if I select my this shape here, then okay, let me just ungroup it. So if I select my this shape and then fill it with the pattern again, you can see that is the original size pattern we make in a 2000 by 1000 pixel artboard. But we are now in a 16,000 artboard, so it is not going to work. So don't do this, keep them as it is, and it is going to perfectly fit. And as we are working in Illustrator, this is full high resolution vector file, no problem. And of course we are taking it a 3300 dpi design, so it will be perfect for printing, no problem. Okay, so once our this template layer is turned off, we can simply export our design. So let's press Ctrl Alt and E on your keyboard. Okay, you can do this from here also. Go to file, export for scenes. Export for scenes, that is the option we are going to use here. Select the PNG option, of course. Then I'm going to make my, then I'm going to give it a name like CS new, anything you want to give it a name. Click on this export artboard option. It is going to export this image in that, say, 16,000 into 8,000 artboard. So that is, and we are doing this in Illustrator, so it is going to be a very high resolution image, and it is easier, I think, than my previous video. But that one is a custom video, Like if you want to customize a sweater design like that in a all over print design, you have to work perfectly, you have to definitely work in that way. Or if you want to work in this way in Illustrator, then you need to make this template, of course. Then inside there where we make that pattern and fill that, okay, our file is ready. So okay, this is the file going to be for us. Okay, I'll do show that later. So if you want to work like that way, so you need to turn this on. Then you need to, of course, okay, first of all lock this layer. Then you need to erase these patterns from here. Then fill this area with that Christmas ugly sweater patterns like this. Then make your file and then export it. It is the same way. So if you want to get this template I made in Illustrator, you can comment in the comment section. I will show you. I will give you this template in the Illustrator. Okay, so let's upload that into Teespring. Okay guys, so we are in Teespring right now. We can upload it. It should be the, you have to go to this hoodies and sweatshirts. If you have some sales on Teespring or your account got some trust test code, then you will get some other options like you all over print zip hoodie or something like that. I have this only this option all over print sweatshirt. So I'm going to do that in the, this is the same template of yesterday. So let's do it. Click on this add image. This is going to show us the, okay, this is the CIS new option. I recorded this video once again, but there was some problem, so that is the file. But this is our new file, so let's do that. Upload this one. The last time my video didn't work very good, there was some problem. Let me check the sound. Yeah, that is working good. Okay, so you can see this is how our design is going to be, going to look like. If I click on this preview button, it is going to give me a quick preview of how my design is going to be. It needs to be, you can see this is how our design is going to be. So it is not looking very high resolution because this is printed on t-shirt and that is the look they are giving us. That is why it is not this much glossy, like the this much kind of effect. So that's why that is showing like that. No problem. Okay, first of all I need to ungroup it. Come on. Okay, so shit. Okay, so inside the group, if I turn this off, I can see my main design. This is on a screen, so it is looking so much beautiful like this, stylish. But in on a painted t-shirt, it is going to look like that. That is not a bad view, guys. Don't worry about that. It is just printed on cloth, so that's why it is showing like this. So that is the front view. That is the back view. You can check it from here. So this is how you can make a all over print sweater design in Illustrator. And then you can just upload them on any other website. I will maybe make another video for Redbubble and other print on demands. So let me know in the comment box, and of course if you want this template, let me know. I will upload that in my Facebook group. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next video, guys. Have a great time. Thank you everyone.